So today we'll be changing the ambient temperature sensor on my 2008 C230 4MATIC. The outside readings have been really off, and whenever the HVAC is turned on, a check engine light is thrown. So replacing the sensor should fix the problem, as I've checked that the sensor is indeed the issue with an OBD2 scanner. So this is an easy repair, it doesn't require too many tools. You're going to need a flathead screwdriver to remove the temperature sensor itself. And then you're going to need an 8mm socket to remove the underpan tray that covers the bottom of the engine. Here I have it set up on a driver, but a socket wrench works just the same. This is overkill. You need a work light when you're underneath the car, and so the first step is to lift the front end of the vehicle so you can work underneath it. As you can see here, I've used ramps that I actually built myself. You can also use a lift, but make sure you use jack stands, or as you can see I've done here, choke the rear wheels. I just use some gardening bricks because you do not want the car to slide back onto you when you're working underneath it, especially when the car is low. And now we can get underneath the car and begin working with the sensor. So our next step is to remove the underpan tray that is covering the engine. It takes 8mm bolts. So remove those and just remove the front tray itself, not the rear one. That's for oil changes, so we can get better access to the ambient temperature sensor. So the sensor itself actually pokes out from this cutout right here. And to access this, you need to pull down this flap, and then you can pull the sensor out from the top. It's attached into this wire with a little clip on the left. You just gotta depress it. It requires two hands, so I'm gonna do that off camera. You just push it down. If you need, you can use a flathead, and then just pop that sensor right out. So you can see here we have the old sensor pulled out. The reason why these can get damaged is that the sensor pokes out from the grill, so at highway speeds when rocks fly in, they can hit it and break a connection or damage the part itself. It is a relatively cheap part, only about $20. I'll add some links down in the description as to where you can get it, whether you're in Canada or the US. Another side note, when you have the underpan tray out, just quickly clean it out and before installing it. So now we're going to go ahead and start the car and check what the temperature readings are saying. So the check engine light will not go away right away, but as you can see the temperature is reading 14 degrees, which sounds about right because it was about 10 degrees outside that day, and we're in the garage, so that's okay. The check engine light will actually go away after 2 or 3 cycles of the ignition, so don't worry about that. Unless you have a tool that you can remove it, you don't have to worry about it. And that's all, guys. If you guys have any questions about the repair, leave your comments down below, and let me know if there's anything else you want to know how to fix on your W204C class.